masters to just sync it up in post.
I've only joined MMU this year, so I'm a fresher, but I've been playing rugby for 2 years.
What do you enjoy about it?
Just the teamwork, the values, like no matter where you go, whatever rugby team you join, it's always really nice. The girls are always lovely and there's always a spot for you in a team no matter who you are.
What's your name?
I'm Jenny.
Jenny. And how long have you been doing women's rugby?
I've been doing it a year and around a half now. Started as a fresher.
What's your favourite aspect of it?
The people, that's for sure. Lots of like-minded people, lots of ways to have fun, you know, also play the sport.
Do you find there's any sort of cohesive fashion trends when it comes to women's rugby?
Spectators wear a lot of white fox, or if you go to the uni off, they wear a lot of Cheetos. That's about the trends.
Do you think there's any sort of stigma around women's rugby?
Yeah, of course. There's always going to be stigma when you talk about women's sports, but in the end, rugby's rugby and we got to support each other.
I think the stigma sometimes is that girls don't go full on, but then you come down to a match and then you watch the game and actually you'll see that we absolutely smash each other in half.
So, what are you guys' names?
I'm Lucy.
I'm Rhiannon.
Rhiannon. And why are you here today? Do you guys like rugby?
Yeah, well, we're on the seconds, but we just came to support the first team. Yeah, well, we just started this year.
Did you have any interest in it before? Have you ever grown up watching it?
Not really, only when I was like younger.
I really love watching it. I just wanted to start playing it myself.
Well, how long have you been into rugby?
I've been involved in rugby probably since I was about 15 consistently, so player, coach, rugby development work for Scottish Rugby, so a long time.
Have you found there's been any difference in how women's rugby has been perceived since then?
Oh, hugely. I think, it still is a male-dominated sport, but I think initially when women were breaking through in rugby, it was kind of seen as a negative for women to be playing and involved in a kind of masculine viewed sport, whereas now there's so many positive role models across the sport globally. The work that's been done to promote rugby at so many levels, grassroots, in schools and at universities is massive, so the game's really grown in popularity and the scope of players and people who are getting involved in the game.
In terms of the fashion when it comes to rugby, when it comes to spectators, do you think there's any sort of cohesion in what people are wearing, or is it just whatever's keeping you warm?
I think it's quite interesting. I think again that's probably changed. So historically you'd be like the proper like old school, I don't know, barber jackets, and if we're talking the kind of private school rugby history, and then as it's moved on I think it's probably the fashion and the supporters is probably reflective of the diversity of the sport itself and those who are playing it. So I think there's many different styles and cultures and things that are influencing rugby, and you see that on the side of the pitch as much as you do on the field.
Is there anything you wear specifically?
No, we probably should wear the colours, but I brought some blue on. But
I think like colours really help, like bring, I don't know, especially with the team, it kind of brings that community together. Like it's very like MMU, it's like the blood orange.
Yeah,
like,
the blood orange.
Yeah.